absolutely is on the coach. Oh, my goodness. For the last 5 years, I've been wrong about Tom Brady. I got to jump on one of the other greatest of all time just so I can have something negative to say today. Did you not watch the game? Like, you're talking about Tom Brady being a better decision maker. He threw 3 picks yesterday. Aaron Rodgers had 340 plus and 3 touchdowns. In the second half, he had 340 plus and 3 touchdowns. Equiminius St. Brown drops the 2-point conversion that has them in this situation. You're talking about the misses to Davante Adams. It was a perfect back shoulder throw that they execute all the time. And when Davante Adams has his head down on the ground and he's beating the ground, it's not because it's a bad throw. It's because Davante Adams 9 times out of 10 makes that catch, and that was the 10th time that he didn't. Matt LaFleur took the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands. Here is what happens if Aaron Rodgers gets an opportunity on 4th and 8 or on 4th and 9, wherever they were on the field, and they don't get it. Today we walk in and talk about Aaron Rodgers' inability to convert at that opportunity or to make that play in that critical situational football moment. But Matt LaFleur didn't give him the chance. This is like having an opportunity to shoot the technical foul, and instead of putting Steph Curry out there, you put JaVale McGee. He made the wrong decision. He placed his defense back out there that had Kevin King playing for it. If I got a chance to make a play yesterday and one unit has Aaron Rodgers and the other unit has Kevin King, I'm picking the unit that got Aaron Rodgers. So that's on Matt LaFleur. The reason they're back in the game is because of Aaron Rodgers, because he did make plays, because he kept them going, because he kept them in the game. The reason they're in that spot is because of the pass to Valdez-Scantling. It's because of the plays he made to get him there. So give him that shot. And here's the last thing I got to say about Matt LaFleur. It's competition. Every time you do something, if you're competitive, it's competition. When I come on this show, it's a competition with y'all two. Period. No matter how many times we do it, much as I love y'all, that's what it's about. If I'm looking across the field and the dude across the field made a decision going into halftime that on 4th and 3, I'm going to throw the ball to playoff Lenny. And then with 6 seconds left, I'm not going to try to throw the ball out of bounds and get a field goal. I'm going to trust my first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback, the greatest of all time, to throw the football to probably my 4th or 5th receiver, who is my speed guy, Scotty Miller, down the field because he likes the matchup. Let Aaron Rodgers like the matchup. You stole that from him. That's on Matt LaFleur.
I'm not arguing that
hindsight.
point.
You paid to have the foresight to win the game.
I'm not arguing that point. I said Matt LaFleur blundered. Here's the difference between Brady and Rodgers. You're right. Brady actually made more mistakes than Rodgers throughout the course of that game. But in the highest leverage moments, he didn't. And there's no way around this. After the series that I mentioned before the first half, and then Brady threw the touchdown pass, that was the difference in the game, really. It's a 5-point swing when you add it all up. The decisions that people made subsequently. But consider the play right before. Why wasn't it 1st and goal or a touchdown? Because Rodgers didn't run when he had daylight. That is decision making. So yeah, he blundered. The coach blundered, but here's the thing. But Rodgers did before.
Hold on, Ryan. From a generic perspective, you religiously sit out here and talk about how plays happen, but in the end, what does it come down to? In the end, what it came down to was a coach that coached scared. He leaned on numbers. And yes. I understand why you're averse to admitting that, because he leaned on numbers and analytics, and we all know nobody loved
it's a mistake.
More than you.
That's a mistake.
I understand. I'm not saying you didn't say it was a mistake. I'm just saying in terms of your compassion for his mistake. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, he coached scared, and he took the ball out of the hands of a soon-to-be league MVP, who is widely recognized as one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen, who threw for 356 yards and 3 touchdowns yesterday. You got a 2-point conversion that hit St. Brown in the chest in his numbers. He dropped it somehow, some way. All right, Davante Adams couldn't keep his feet in bounds for another play. You got the guy on the backside. I think that was Adams, like you said. They do that play all the time, but he had his head down, missed the pass while he's banging himself on the turf. Aaron Rodgers was flat out balling. And you are Matt LaFleur. The only reason you're relevant, the only reason you're there is because of that man. And you took the ball out of his hands. It's unconscionable what he did. Unconscionable.
You can't do that, man.
So why doesn't anyone address the play where Rodgers didn't run? It seemed like you were about to, Ryan.
Max.
Does anyone want to address that?
He should have ran.
Max, we can address that play. If he runs, we don't know what happens. We don't. Maybe he scores, maybe he gets closer, and then it's an easier decision for Matt LaFleur. I'm not saying that play was correct, but isn't this what happens, though? Let's think about how we look at LeBron or how we look at Michael Jordan. And throughout these basketball games, you have all these plays that happen, but it comes down to the last shot. It comes down to that decision. If you got 40, whatever, you say, is it such and such fault because they didn't drain that shot? That's what legacies are built on. Matt LaFleur was in the moment. He had an opportunity to build a legacy. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't get it, you know what we talk about today? The fact that Aaron Rodgers came up short, but he never got the chance.
By the way, again, we're not disagreeing about that. That's a blunder by the coach. But there were chances in the game, high leverage moments, where you either make the play or you don't.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.